where the magic begins when it comes to making your pulled pork. For today, I've actually picked the a Boston butt with the, it's actually a half picnic. It's still got the bone in. It's your choice whether you want to use a bone in or bone out. Either is good. Some people say leaving the bone in adds a lot more flavor from the cartilage and everything that's in the meat. But again, that's just up to you. Also, another preference is some people like to remove the fat. Others leave it on. I think for me, I'm going to leave it on. I think that sometimes the fat basically can melt in, and it's really helps lock in some moisture while cooking. But anyway, this is what we start with. Now, there are many different methods you can use with pulled pork, but this is my method. I like to coat the outside of the butt with mustard. And again, you can make your own rub. There's all kinds of things, lots of different ingredients you can use, or you can just find your own ready-made one. I tried one, or decided to try one that I've never used before. This is Boston butt barbecue seasoning, Bad Brian's. So, thought I'd give this one a shot. It's got all kinds of stuff: salt, black pepper, granulated onion, garlic, paprika, chipotle powder, and it's MSG free, so that's good. Basically, when you do this, you just want to go crazy with it. Make sure you load this sucker up with rub. What I've done here is transferred the Boston butt from our cutting board over to this foil covered pan, and we're going to put this in the refrigerator and let it sit for 12 to 24 hours. You really want all of those seasonings to really soak into the meat. So we'll come back in about 24 hours. So it's been 15 minutes. We've let this Boston butt sit in this foil, and it's time to rip it open and see what we got going on inside. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there. This sucker has been slow smoked for 6.5 hours. It's looking beautiful. Our apple chunks are nice and soft. It was smoked using apple wood to sear the edges and the outside before we wrapped it in foil. This has so many flavors locked in. One of the first things we're going to want to do is find the bone, which we have right here on top. We're going to just take a knife, cut this around the bone. Now this is incredibly hot, but we're going to yank the bone out of the center here. If you can tell, I don't know if you can see right here, but the cartilage in the inside is nice and cooked, which means that all of that good juicy flavor that was inside the bone has come out and seeped into the meat itself, so it should be nice and tender. Let's go ahead and rip this chunk off. Do you see this right here? Nice, tender, yummy meat. Oh man, that is phenomenal. So the next step after we debone it is we're going to shred it all apart, and we're going to find a good finishing sauce. Okay, so once you have spent the time, let it cool down, you've pulled your pork, you've got it all separated into nice, yummy chunks like this. What you're going to want to do is find a good finishing sauce. Now you could leave it just as it is, and you could put it in sandwiches. It'll be great with the rub you put it on. Or you could put in a finishing sauce, which generally is something that really ties the whole dish together, something that finishes it off perfect. And so what I've got for you today is a Carolina sauce. Now if you don't know much about Carolina barbecuing, it's a vinegar-based sauce, but this is Behrens Magnifico Mango Southern Style Barbecue Sauce. This sauce company is based out of Minnesota, but they really capture all of the flavor and aroma, everything you expect to get out of Southern style Carolina barbecue. So we're going to use some of this sauce here. We're going to dump a good bit in there. All right. Now we're going to mix all this together. You see all of the good pork is mixing in there. Oh man, the smell is unbelievable. It smells so good. I love Carolina barbecue sauce. This is going to be phenomenal. Well worth the 6.5 hour wait. Alright, so what we're going to do is add just a touch more sauce. I'm going to put a cover on this, let the juices marinate in, and then we're going to review this on a southern style sandwich. Okay, so before we talk about that amazing Boston butt we just pulled off of the grill after 6.5 hours of slow smoking, let's talk about the finishing sauce. Now when I say finishing sauce, after you're done slow smoking that butt for hours and hours, you could leave it as it is if you used a dry rub or something and you had it sealed in foil and it's all moisturized. But if you really want to add some flavor to it, add a kick to really make a good southern style barbecue pulled pork sandwich, you want some kind of sauce that really brings home the flavor. So what I used today was Behrens. It's a southern style barbecue sauce, and this is Maniacal Mango. Let me show you the bottle here. Now this comes from Minnesota, and he makes all kinds of really good southern style barbecue sauces and brings it up to the Minnesota area. Now let me just tell you the ingredients that are in this. We've got cider vinegar, tomato puree, mango puree, Worcestershire sauce. We've got mustard, brown sugar, chili peppers, and spices. So there's a nice little assortment of ingredients in this. On the side it says more than just a barbecue sauce. This amazing sauce is a sweet start with a nice heat that sneaks up on you. Use it for grilling, as a marinade, mop sauce, dipping sauce, sauteed vegetables and shrimp, hot wings, Bloody Mary mix, or stir fry. Use it any way imaginable. Great with pork, beef, chicken, wild game, and seafood. Easy pulled pork. They've got a recipe here where you can make your own style however you want. Now traditionally with a lot of sandwiches, just like the bottle recommends, a lot of southern people put coleslaw on their sandwiches with their pulled pork. I don't have it here with me today. I would love to give you that traditional style, but we're just going to go with my own style today. So thank you so much, Jay, for sending this out to me. This is an amazing tasting sauce. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and give you a little sample here just on the spoon. I'm not going to do a full spoonful here for this barbecue sauce. Incredible thick consistency. Nice, very nice. The smell, you get that great southern barbecue smell with that little peak of vinegar in there. Oh man, phenomenal. If you haven't had any kind of southern style barbecue dishes, you're missing out. Alright, so a simple way to do this is just with plain cheap hamburger buns. So we've got two here. I've got my container that's been soaking in all that flavor and juices. I'm going to pop the top. And, oh man, just look at these nice big chunks of pork here. So we're going to make a couple sandwiches using this very, very delicious sauce. Oh, it all smells so good. Alright, so we've got a sandwich here loaded with the pork. Let's give it a taste. Now, I don't claim to be a barbecue master or anything, but I absolutely love barbecue, and I'm sure some of the aficionados out there might argue with me about using foil. I know a lot of southern barbecue guys like to have that bark on there, but no bark on this one. This was great. I wanted to try something a little different, let those apples and onions and everything just really soak in the flavor and add a bunch to the meat. The meat is so juicy, so tasty. Absolutely phenomenal. I hope you guys enjoyed my recipe. I hope you guys try it out at home. And of course, check out Behrens barbecue sauce. I'll have a link down in the description where you can find them. I mean, I am just in barbecue heaven right now. Mm. 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 So good. Anyway, go Gators. Good win today. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. There'll be a link down in the description. You can join me on Facebook, as well as check out my website. And as always, stay toasty, my friends.